Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Men's Physique Show. Along our quest to the Arnold Classic, we have the most popular man in all of men's physique, our boy, the Romanian juggernaut himself, Andrei Deiu. Let's go. And of course, I'm joined by my two hosts.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Joined by my two great hosts, the amazing Australian voice of men's physique, Phil Naselli. Let's go, baby.
Love you, Phil.
And then our boy, the heartbeat of men's physique, 5 years going strong. The man who continues to put Romania on the map along with Andrei Deiu. You know him as McGravy, Hart McGrath. Let's go.
Thank you so much.
And it is your boy, the Gaffer, Aline Bolton, men's physique, IFBB Pro. Happy to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into it. Andre.
Let's go, baby.
Man, brother, it has been such a time coming. We've been talking, DMing back and forth for such a long time now. We're so blessed to have you, brother. How you doing today, man? How's it going?
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I'm great. I can't complain, brother. I'm great. Thank God, I'm good.
You look good, man. Let me just get into it, because
Appreciate it. Thank
20% of our watchers are women. So let's just get right into it, okay? Yes.
Pressure's on.
Besides being one of the most handsome handsome men
you're being
in
too
all
nice.
of men's physique, the question is, we see you with a lady currently. Are you taken or are you open? Because the ladies want to know. Is Andrei Deiu?
I'm taken.
Ladies, it's over. It's
Cross
a
it
wrap.
off.
Sorry, I'm taken.
Cross it off the
Welcome
list.
to the club, brother. Welcome to the club.
I feel better. I was warning my missus last night. I was showing her. I'm like, look who we're interviewing tomorrow. And I'm like, don't focus for too long or else I'm in trouble.
No, you'll be good, bro. I'm good. I'm taken. No problem. I can't see anything.
No, but seriously, my serious question is, we want to know, man, you won the Romanian Pro. What was that like, being Romanian and helping to put Romania on the map? You know, what was it like to win? Describe that moment and that day, that special day to us.
To be honest with you guys, that was the best show, the best day of my life since I've been competing, since I've been starting this fitness journey. First of all, I had all my close friends. I had my girlfriend. I had my best friends that I grew up with. I had all the support from my Romanian friends, Romanian people. So imagine, as soon as they called my name, I wasn't even on the stage and everybody was just screaming my name, you know? Like, I can't even put that into words. Like, I was like, even like prejudging, I was like, I don't even care what happens tonight at this show. I already won in my heart, because like seeing everybody supporting me, having my close friends, my family, everyone there, like, it means the world to me, you know?
Wow, that's beautiful, brother. How did it feel? I know going into finals, it was a little interesting because Emil Walker was right on your tails and you guys were kind of battling for that, 1 and 2 slot. Describe a little bit what you were going through in that moment between, prejudging and finals. Where was your head at? And, we saw it like you and Emil having some camaraderie and everything. You guys were kind of like vibing and all and getting the crowd into it.
Always. Emil is such a nice guy. Like, of course, he's an amazing athlete, crazy physique, but at the end of the day, he's just an amazing person, to be honest with you. We just vibing, having fun, like literally we didn't even talk about competition or like, oh, do you think you're gonna win or who is gonna, we didn't even talk about these things, like we just was vibing. But with these shows, it's not even up to us who's gonna take the win at the end of the day, like anybody can say, oh yeah, I'm gonna win or I'm gonna beat you or I look better than you or whatever. At the end of the day, it's the judge's decision. They decide what they look for, like, of course, Emil looks amazing. Like, he has one of the best midsection, 100% hands down, one of the best midsection. And I know for sure he beat me there. Like, I can't take that from him. But in my opinion, I just think like I had a better overall package. That's how I think. But it was super close.
Yeah, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, man. It all comes down to, you can have one midsection, but it's the overall look, it's the flow, it's the presentation, it's the symmetry, it's the mass, it's everything,
exactly.
bro.
It's the whole package, I think.
Exactly right. Look at this guy. You can tell he's on holidays. Drinking the coconut. I know.
I'm living that Andrei Deiu life right now. I'm trying to tell
I'm
you guys.
telling-
I'm trying to tell you. I'm
I'm
living that
telling-
life right now.
You're doing it well, brother. You're doing it well, brother. I'm proud.
I was gonna say it's a coincidence out of all the interviews that we've got to do. Today's the one you're in Cancun.
Yeah. Did that on purpose.
Andre, I was gonna say, yeah. So yeah, we spoke to Emil, and he said the exact same thing. Just the audience at that show was electrifying. Like they were so behind you. It was like a massive roar when you came out. It must feel good being able to have the opportunity to go back to your home country and to
109%.
compete.
Exactly, and especially because like bodybuilding and fitness in Romania is not as big as in UK, for example, or of course America. So it's pretty small industry when it comes to bodybuilding and fitness. So like they don't really have like big names competing at these big shows or representing them at the Olympia and so on. So yeah.
Andre, didn't you win the 2019 Romania to go to your first Olympia as well?
Exactly. That was my first pro show where I
Remember
qualified for
that.
my first Olympia. Yeah. That was it.
That was crazy.
But then I
brother.
competed, I think like a year after or
Uh-huh.
2 years after, and I came third. But on that show, it was the worst show of my life, bro. Like imagine like Hani, he doesn't even know this. Hani doesn't even know this. But he didn't want me to do that show because my head wasn't in the right place. And that year I was doing, I think, like 3 shows or so. So my body was like super tired, like nothing was responding anymore. But I don't know, like, it was just my ego or whatever. I don't know what was in my head that time. But like imagine like 1 week out, I had like fucking McDonald's, like KFC, like ordering a lot of like shitty stuff, like a lot of like binge eating, like 1 week out. So imagine I was super watery, bro, super watery. And then I was doing a lot of cardio, sauna, all this stuff to get rid of the water retention. But at the end of the week, when I was about to compete, of course, like I was getting a little bit drier, but not enough. And then I lost the fullness at the same time. So I look super soft, so I came third. But you know how it is. You live and learn.
Live and learn.
Is Hani aware?
Exactly.
Is Hani aware of that? Does he know that now, or he's going to find out for the first time today?
I hope he's not gonna see this show.
I think you just open up a can, HART. You just open up a can right now.
He's gonna beat me up when he sees me.
Andre, speaking of your mentality, bro, where do you think you've evolved mentally the most in terms of, from your first Mr. Olympia compared to last year?
So first of all, like when I took the 3 years off, the main reason for that it was because I wasn't good mentally. Like I didn't enjoy training, I didn't enjoy dieting or getting ready for a show. Like I was very weak mentally, and I just lost the passion, to be honest with you. So that was the reason that I took 3 years off. And then in these 3 years off, like I was like, fuck, like I'm just wasting my potential, my genetics. So I was like, it's time for me to come back. And then these 3 years that I had off, it really helped me to actually like get my mindset stronger and believe in myself a little bit more, because I always lack confidence since I was growing up anyway. It's a childish thing, like when I was a kid, I always lack confidence, because I was an overweight kid. Everybody was bullying me, calling me the fatty or things like that, So imagine all the time I grew up and I hear all these things. So even now that I look good or whatever, I still have at the back of my mind this lack of confidence sometimes, But now, because I came back and I was like, fuck, like I deserve to be on this Olympia. Like it just helped me a lot to get that confidence back, Yeah. And I was like, there's no point for me to waste these genetics. Like I fell in love with training again. Like I saw all these amazing competitors getting back on stage and I was like, fuck, I want to be like them. I want to be next to them. I want to compete with them, And now I just want to have that mindset. I want to compete. I want to compete with the best. I want to bring my best physique on stage. I don't want to waste this Romanian premium genetics.
That's it.
Andre, describe your relationship with your family, because I remember seeing a few years ago, you and your mom appear very, very close. Like she's got your back, your dad. Can you describe your family and how were they behind you from the very beginning when you started bodybuilding, or what's that journey been like with them?
Like, first of all, like for me, family is first. It can be anything. Like family comes first to me. Like doesn't matter what family comes first for me. I will do anything for them. And growing up, like I started training when I moved to UK from Romania when I was 15 years old, right? So I moved to UK like imagine until the age of 20 years old, me, my mom and my dad and my sister, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. The 4 of us, we were sleeping in the same room because we couldn't afford to get a bigger house. That's the reason we moved from Romania, right? For a better life.
Right.
And of course, like I couldn't really get a job at 15 years old because I was underage and I started going to school. So I went to school, I made some friends and so on, blah, blah, blah. And then I met a guy that now is my best friend I grew up with. He was training for like a year, right? So he was always like kind of looking good. He had big arms, like he's a good guy, like body wise, you know. He looks good. So I was like, fuck, I want to be like this guy, you know. And I was training, but he didn't really took me seriously because he was thinking, oh, like this guy is a kid, like he's just like any other guy that starts. He wants to train, but then after a week he doesn't train anymore. You know, this kind of mindset.
Oh, yeah, we
But
know
then
that
he
side.
saw
Yeah.
that. Exactly, yeah. So then I was keep training, and then we became friends, and then we became training partners, right? So in the meantime, I was like, I needed to decide like what I want to do, like going forward, education wise. So I was like, oh, like I really don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do, you know? So then I was talking to my family, and my dad was like, you know, you should be an electrician or a plumber because it's good money. You know, this job never goes out of style, blah, 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 blah. But I had no fucking clue what this means, plumbing or electrician. I had no fucking clue, bro. You know, so anyway, so then I end up working as a cleaner and in the kitchen of the gym that I was training at, right? So I was training and then I was working part-time there, like cleaning the gym, the floor, whatever, and cooking. Like they had like a little kitchen where they made like chicken breast rice, like clean meals. So I was working there part-time and going school at the same time. And then I listened to my dad. I said, okay, I'm going to do this course for plumbing or electrician, blah, blah, blah. So I studied 3 years, but I didn't really study because I didn't enjoy it. So I know myself, if I don't enjoy something, I'm not going to put no effort into it. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I done it because, you know, like I listen to my family, I listen to my dad. I always know that they want the best for me. So I went to school, I studied, I got my level 2, level 3 diploma, whatever. And then I but I was training at the same time, right? And I saw progress and stuff. And I did also my first competition as a fitness model around 17 years old. And then around 19, I was like, okay, like I got a diploma. It's time for me to gain construction and work as a plumber. First day I went with my dad. Lunchtime comes, I'm like, fuck this. This is not for me. Like this is the worst day of my life. This is not how I want my life to be.
Right.
No, I talked to him. I listen. I'm going home. Like this is not how I want to be. This is not my life. Like I don't know anything. I don't know how to do anything. I don't enjoy this. Like this is not for me. You know? Oh yeah, but what do you want to do with your life? Blah blah blah. I said like, oh, I want to be in the fitness industry. I enjoy this. Like this makes me happy. Yeah, but you know, in the fitness industry, there's no great money. There's no career. Blah blah blah. Like you want to train people. I said, yeah, I want to become a PT. Like I enjoy being in the gym. I enjoy, you know, sharing my experience, my training, whatever. So my dad wasn't really believing in this fitness industry that you can make a career, right? But my mom, from day one, she always believed in me. Like they weren't making much money, right? But every single month, she was giving me 150 pounds to make sure I have my creatine, my whey protein, my vitamins, all this stuff. Every single month. Doesn't matter if she made money or if she didn't make money. She'd always give me this money to go to the gym. So she always believed in me from day one, you know? And everything I have now and I am now, I owe it to her. She's the best, you know? So they always been so supportive. And now like my dad is super proud of me. He works in construction, right? So he goes to work and he works with a lot of Romanians. So a lot of Romanians, they know me. Oh, this is my son. This is my son. Or sometimes I will give him like some t-shirts with Wuhu Man or like I have like some Andrei Deiu. And he was like, oh, like, how do you know this brand? Like, I was like, my son gave it to me, this t-shirt or whatever. Like, who's your son? Oh, Andrei Deiu. No, I don't believe you. And then I sent him pictures and stuff. So he's always like so proud, you know? And
I was going to say, your dad must
he
be the
also
most
came to
popular
my
man
first-
in Romania.
he is, you know, he is in his work as well. And he also came to my first show in Romania, where I got my qualification for the Olympia. And oh my God, it was the funniest thing, because I wasn't even on stage and I could hear his voice calling me from backstage. It was kind of annoying at the same time. It was like, you're embarrassing me, like, stop. No, but now
Hey,
they
that's
very
parents for you.
they very supportive. Like they respect me, I respect them. Like we have such a close connection. Like I can't say anything bad about that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That is beautiful. Thanks for sharing that, because
I appreciate
wow,
it.
look, when it's nothing like when your family's behind you to help perpetuate you forward, man, and give you that extra
The
energy
best
boost.
support. The best support.
Yeah. Yeah, for
You
sure,
know?
for sure. Go ahead, Phil. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you pretty much took the words out of my mouth, man. Like it's your parents' support, and just more specifically, like your mother's support. I mean, we can all vouch we're in the same position. We all have a really, really close relationship with our mothers, and they can see our purpose and they can see our vision a long time before we can see it. So the first thing I want to say, man, I'm glad, and the world is glad that your mum was the person behind you, pushing you to continue this career, because if you were a plumber, I mean, no one would know who Andrei Deiu is. The world, we wouldn't be able to see the man that you've been able to create over the last, so many years. So, got to thank your mum on behalf of us and everyone else, man,
Every
for
day,
pushing
every
you.
day. I thank her and I thank God for this.
Nah, I love it. I want to ask you a question about your training, man. And what got you into the gym initially? I know you said that you didn't want to be a plumber, but was there? I mean, we know the story behind you. We've seen the photos of you being a young kid and you doing the bicep pose,
The biceps, yeah.
the bicep pose. Obviously, that was a reason why you got into the gym. I know you said, maybe self-esteem issues growing up, and I can relate to that. Growing up, I was a skinnier guy, and I played soccer growing up, and I was getting knocked around, and you do get bullied when you are the smaller guy or when you are the bigger guy, and
The fat
for a lot
one,
of
yeah,
people,
for sure.
yeah. And a lot of the time, the gym is the best resort for you. What was the deciding moment when you said, you know what, enough's enough? I'm going to start heading into the gym and changing my life.
Because all my life, since I was born until 15 years old, like I got always bullied in school for being fat, for not having confidence. Like imagine, like I'm 15, 16 years old, and this is where you kind of start to get attention from the girls, flirting and all this, this stuff. But me, I never
Nothing's
had
changed.
this. I didn't even know. Now, yeah, like I had no confidence in me. Like everybody was calling me. This was my nickname when I was back in Romania before I moved to UK. Like fatty. Like in Romania, it's grasule. It's like fatty. So I was like, okay, in Romania, I didn't even know what fitness is, to be honest with you. So then I moved to UK at 15, and I had no friends because I was new to everything, new country, new everything. So I remember it was a gym exactly downstairs, like in the building that I was living. And it was probably like £7 a month, like the membership, like super cheap. So I was like, you know what, like, let me just go try it. Like I've got nothing to lose. So because I had no friends, like all my time I invested it there because it made me feel good. It made me feel disconnected. And you know how it is. Once you see results, you become more addicted and you want more and more and more. So this is what happened to me.
It's crazy how everyone we talk to and everyone that we know that got into the gym have like a very similar story. It's almost like they got into it when they were young. They got into it for a reason, whether it be, for confidence or bullying or whatnot. Then they started to see the results. They became addicted, and all of a sudden it's become a whole lifestyle for them. So yeah, man, that's cool. I want to just before you go, Aleem, I want to kind of touch on the competing side of things, because for a lot of people, you go into the gym and you don't really have any aspirations to get on stage and compete, because when you think about like the bodybuilding lifestyle is very different to the normal person. We
100%.
weigh everything, we track everything, we monitor every single variable, day in,
We are
day
kind
out.
of obsessed with it.
We're crazy. We're crazy obsessed.
Yes.
But I want to know what made you compete? What got you onto stage?
So first of all, like I said, I was seeing progress. And then I remember it was this mixed guy in the gym. I'm just waiting for to reconnect. Or should I just keep going?
No, you keep going. You're still going.
Okay. So I was training in this gym for like 3 years. And of course, I saw progress and so on. But then I remember that it was this mixed guy that was looking like a hero. like big shoulders, small waist, abs, chest, like good looking guy. And I remember I was training there, and then he must have been like 2-3 weeks out. So he was doing posing or like topless pictures or whatever. So I was like, fuck, like this guy looks good. Like I want to be like him, you know? And of course, at this time, we kind of had like Instagram, Facebook, and all this stuff. And I start seeing like Sergi Constance, Ulysses, Jaco De Bruyne, Simeon Panda, like, you know, the OGs in the industry. So I said, oh, like, fuck, I want to be like these guys, you know? And then in UK was this competition called Miami Pro, which is more like a, you know, WBFF, right? Yeah, so something like that, like more like a fitness model. So it was very popular back in UK. And I was like, you know what, like, I want to try this. Like, I've got nothing to lose. I'm 17 years old. Like, I'm the youngest there. Like, I've got nothing to lose. Like, I have no coach. I really didn't know about getting ready for a show, dieting wise. Like, you know, at 17, what can you know about dieting and prepping for a show? So, like, I've got nothing to lose, you know? So, anyway, I competed. I didn't win. I came last place in this competition, right? Because I competed under 19 years old. So imagine I'm 16, 17 years old. And there were people like 19 years old that they had more experience, more muscle maturity and so on. So of course they beat me. But this right here made me even more hungrier to come back and train harder and be even more serious about this. And then 2 years later, I came back to the exactly same competition and I won the teens and the open category.
Damn. There you go. How's that for a turnaround?
I know, right? And that's how I also started getting into like social media and stuff, because back in the day, there was this YouTube channel called Fit Media Channel, which was very big back in the day. And they were looking for like new athletes or like newcomers. So they were approaching me. And I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity for me. Like, I've got nothing to lose. Like, I want to take every opportunity that comes, you know? And that's how I go into like social media and so on.
Yeah.
And then after 19 years old, I start seeing like the more serious federation like UKBFA, which is like a NPC in the States or around the world. So around 2021, I did my first UKBFF where I won, and then I qualified for the Arnold Europe, which was in Barcelona. And at this show, I was getting ready by Omar Ventura. He helped me getting ready for this show. Yeah, and I came second place in this show.
Was
And the rest
Omar
is
your
history.
first coach? Was Omar your first ever coach?
So the first ever coach for me was a Romanian guy that I worked for like 4-6 weeks, something like that. And because he wasn't really like a known coach, and he was more of a bodybuilder, right? And back in the day, of course, even now, Omar Ventura is one of the top coaches especially in men's physique. So when I start seeing his athletes, I remember Andre Ferguson. So I was like, fuck, this guy is perfect, you know, like the symmetry and everything is perfect. So I was like, fuck, I want to get coached by this guy, you know? So then we start working together, and then I could say that he was my first coach, like real coach, that helped me to get ready for a big show.
Not a bad first coach to have, right? One of the best in the world, isn't it? One of the best posing coaches in the world as well. That's awesome, man. I love that.
He's a nice guy, very nice guy, very good heart.
Still in touch with him? Because we know you're posing.
Yeah, still in touch with him. We go back and forth. Yeah, for sure. He helped me at my last Olympia with posing. He took time off his time, like 45 minutes an hour. I went to his hotel room to show him my routine, and he adjusted like just like that and made such a big impact into my showing at the Olympia. Like more smooth, I would say, not like a robot moving.
Yeah. No, I love that.
So he helped me a lot for sure.
No, I love that. I want to touch on what you said about the social media side of things, because we know you've got the biggest social media presence on the men's physique circuit at the moment. I think you've got what, I don't want to get this one wrong, 5.9 million followers or something like that.
You're right. Yeah.
Which is absolutely crazy. Tell us about that. Tell us how much of an impact social media has made to your life, man, because, you know, obviously in this day and age, like, social media is everything. If not on social media, you're missing out on opportunities
100%.
and sponsorships and whatnot.
Exactly.
Tell me, what's social media been able to do for you? How's it impacted your life? How's it changed your life?
I mean, like, it changed my life for the better in every aspect, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think I would be where I am right now if it wasn't for social media. I wouldn't work with brands. I wouldn't pay my bills. I wouldn't be able to travel and live the life that I live, help my family and so on, But I could say that I was lucky because back in the day when I started doing social media, it was way easier with the engagement, with the reach and so on. Like you would post like a crazy picture, like a crazy shredded picture, and you will get like 20, 30K followers overnight like this, you know?
Yeah.
So social media, you guys know, like even now, social media is everything. Like you can have the best physique in the world. If you
Absolutely.
are not on social media, nobody would know about you. You know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to
100%.
get like sponsorships or I don't know, be seen by some, I don't know, photographers or like opportunities. They won't come at you if you're not on social media.
Yeah. Spot
Agreed.
on. And it's good
Agreed.
that, nowadays, like, you don't need to be, a celebrity these days to get these sponsorships, to get these endorsements. Like, we see
Mhm.
it so often now that, you got your micro influencers that are now, starting to make their own sort of career and their own sort of journey through social media. And who knows? I'm sure a lot of these guys aspire to be like you, where you're getting sponsorships with some of the best companies in the world, being able to fly around the world and, pay your bills with social media, man.
Right.
So, yeah, you're a good person to follow on social media because
Appreciate
the
it.
way
Thank you.
the way that you go about everything, your life, you showcase the behind the scenes, like pretty much everything that you do, man, and it helps the fans and helps the viewers gain a really close interaction with you. It's almost like your friends.
Right.
When I jump on your social media, man, and I see you're in the gym, you're training, you're going away, you're living the life that a lot of people aspire to live, man. And just being able to showcase that to the world and say, hey, this is what social media was able to do for me, and that's how I got. Obviously, there's a lot of hard work involved. I mean, we know,
100%.
myself, Hart, and the Lean, like we know how much time we invest in the social media thing because it is everything these days. It is your shop front. It is your business card now. And the way that you
100%.
do it, man, is so cool. So yeah, we love what you do
Appreciate it.
over there
Thank you.
with your social media. Hart, jump in.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, I'm so glad, Andre, you're getting to hear and connect with Phil because that's my dog up there. But I want to call something out. Speaking of social media and speaking of us looking at Andre, there wasn't too long ago where Phil was calling you out, Andre, talking about
I
you
know.
in
I won't
Thailand having
forget
too much
about
fun.
this.
What's up with that? Let's squash that.
Bro, so that was, to be honest, that was like a last minute thing because I told you guys I'm a last minute guy. So probably wasn't the best idea to go, but I've done it because at the end of the day, I always do whatever I want. It's my life.
Yeah.
I like
But
that.
anyway, so all my friends, like first of all, like I haven't done anything after Olympia or Romania. So I haven't done anything to celebrate because I was caught up with work trips and so on. So I really didn't really have time to like have some relaxed time for myself. And for me to go into another prep and be the best I can be, I need a break mentally, especially, So I felt like me going in Thailand for a few days away with all my close friends, it was like 20, 25 of us, like all my close friends. Like I was like, I can't miss this, Like this is everybody's going to this place. Like I can't miss this. Like 3-4 days is not gonna do a big deal. Like I'm gonna be there, train. I trained every day. I did my cardio every day. I had everything with me. I had my meal plans with me. But in the end, I go fucking food poisoning or bacteria. I don't know what happened because he put me to bed for like 3 days. Yeah.
What?
See, I knew you shouldn't have
Wow.
gone.
I came back more shredded actually.
I was gonna say when I saw the photos afterwards, I'm like, shit, Thailand did him good.
It didn't hit me that bad because I was still able to eat 3-4 meals and a shake a day. But it did bother a little bit the prep, but we came back properly, And
Yeah.
there was an event that I really wanted to go. If you've been following me, like, I like to go out partying. I love techno, So it was a big event that I wanted to go Circo Loco with all my friends. I was like, fuck that. It's just extra step. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do anything like, like, what? It's not that bad, So that was it. But I told my coach, he knows everything. Like I'm very transparent with him, even when I fuck up the diet or whatever, like, because I feel guilty. So I was like, listen, like last night I was very weak-minded. I had this or whatever, like, what's the next step,
Yeah.
So that was it with the Thailand trip.
That's it. We can put it to bed now. You could put
Yeah,
it to
now
bed.
it's gone. It's finished.
I want to ask about working with you're with Stefan, right? Boss of Etla?
Yes, yeah,
How's your
yes.
journey been with him? Because I know obviously we know you're with Hani for a period of time.
Mhm.
Now you've transitioned over to Stefan. How's coaching been under him?
It's been really good, to be honest. Like, I can't complain. Like, we click perfect. What I like about him is that, for example, if he sends me the plan and I will tell him like, listen, like, I can't need this type of food because it makes me bloated or whatever reason, he always tries to understand me and make this work so we both understand each other. He always replies on time. If I tell him like, listen, like, today I had whatever bad food I shouldn't have, like, he doesn't tell me off, or he tells me off in a nice way, and we can adjust from here. But he's very, very into me. Like, he gives me a lot of attention, like, whenever I send him check-ins. Some days, to be honest with you, he's telling me like, oh, from now on we need to check in daily. Like, some days I don't even check in daily. He's asking me like, Andrei, where is my check-in? Or like, how is it going, or whatever. So I can't really say anything bad about him. And of course, like, we've only been working 1 year together, and it takes a little bit of time to be able to know my body and what works for me and what doesn't, and how I pick and so on. Like, it's not easy. So I think like every show we got better and better and better, and I'm happy with this. Like, I'm happy the way he works. I'm happy with the way he plans my dieting, all the that goes into a prep, the gear, everything, the training,
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that, Like, he cares at the end of the day. It's not like, okay, I'm just gonna send you a plan, you follow this, and that's it.
Yeah. That's the most important part. I feel like the relationship that you have with your coach will make or break any sort of prep or any sort of bodybuilding career. You need to really have that, that trust with your coach, that connection with your coach.
100%.
It seems like Stefan, he has that with all his clients. Like, to be honest with you, I mean, he's probably been around for a while, but I only really heard of him the last couple of years, maybe, since working with Urs back in the day. But you see the caliber of clients that he's got on his roster, and you can just tell that this guy's got such an attention to detail. He loves what he does. He wants to see the best out of his athletes. He wants to get the best out of his athletes. And obviously, as any coach wants to do, they want to get the wins and win the pro cards and win the pro shows, and obviously, win the Olympia or some of the biggest trophies around the world. So I love that you've linked up with him. No, don't get me wrong, Harley's a great coach as well. I mean, you've worked with some of the best
100%.
coaches around the world. What
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Perfect.
I'm back now. Okay,
You're back.
I was actually talking and I could see you guys, but I just saw the message that you sent and you couldn't see me. I'm like, oh, what is going on here? You mind if I jump in real quick?
Yeah, jump in.
Hey, Andrei, quick question for you. So we saw each other at the Miami Pro, and you were looking amazing, my friend. And I wasn't that your posing then compared to your posing now has changed starkly. I mean, it's drastically, your back pose, everything is different. What was kind of the inspiration or the light bulb that went off and you said, you know what, I got to change my posing and adjust in order to compete with these guys?
First of all, the feedback that I got from the judges, this was one of the feedback, my posing. And of course, from my close friends, they've always been telling me like, oh, your posing needs to be a little bit more worked on. And Omar Ventura, he's like, bro, we need to work on that posing because your posing is a bit off. Like, the posing doesn't do justice of your physique, And then looking back at the videos that I got from the show, like, I was like, oh, these guys are actually right. But I knew this would be one is with you. It's just like, to be truly honest with you, sometimes I'm just lazy to pose. To be completely honest.
Well, I guess when you're blessed like that with the genetics, you kind of take it for granted a little bit. But it's
true. And
okay.
And the thing is, like, when you are on prep and you are depleted, you are tired, hungry, whatever. For me, that's the last thing I want to do. Like, keep practicing posing. I just want to finish my workout, eat, and go home and rest. But it's super important because now I see in my physique, like, that I adjusted my posing. It still is not the best, but it's getting better. I can see that it makes such a big difference on stage when your posing is it flows.
Absolutely. Your back pose is actually one of the best back poses in the game right now because of the way
Appreciate it.
you
Thank
show it
you.
off. I mean, you could have the best physique, as we all know, but if you don't know how to show it, you don't get the
I
props
agree.
from the judges, and people don't get blessed to see your physique in its full glory. So it's great that you've made
I
that
agree.
change. What we also noticed that you started taking off, working on your arms. Are you hypersensitive in your arms where they just grow
Yes.
rapidly?
They
Yeah, right.
they just
That's what I
grow. They
wondered.
just grow. Like, I think in the last 3-4 years, I think I trained arms maybe like 4 or 5 times, and this was only for a YouTube video, not because I wanted to train. It was
Right.
only for a YouTube video, and we've been doing like reps on reps, like nothing crazy, nothing heavy, like just to get a little pump, you know. So I haven't even been training them. To be honest, I miss training them because when I started my fitness journey, I think I was training them like 2-3 times a week. When you are a kid, you just want a big chest and big arms. That's it.
That's all you need.
So I think that's why now they are like overpowering my whole body, because when I was getting into the fitness industry, like I trained them too often, maybe.
Do you think you would ever venture into classic physique with, and just let your body grow? Because it is you are a hyper responder, obviously, in the legs it looks like, in the arms, and now your back has come up tremendously. Do you think that you would ever venture and go to classic, maybe in down the road or so, or what's the roadmap look like for you?
To be honest with you, like right now, I want to stay in men's physique, of course, but I would always wanted to compete in classic, because my opinion is that I think when I do bodybuilding poses, my physique looks more impressive than when I do men's physique poses. Like when I do a
Hmm.
double biceps or when I do a side triceps or things like that, I feel like I have better muscle bellies when I open up and do a proper pose. But again, for me to compete in classic and to be able to sit next to these top guys, I need few years easy to be able to grow my legs. And on top of that, of course, I need to eat way more. I need to use more and I need to get bigger. And for me, I'm not a big fan of eating. I don't like eating a lot, to be honest with you. I don't really like the big look. And business wise, I don't think it's a good move for me.
Yeah,
Like, for
yeah,
example, I work with Father and Sons, or like I do like deals with Legend London, like more companies that they are more like, like casual wearing, like jeans and so on. So me being too big, I don't think this brand they would work for me. So I will lose business wise, money wise, and maybe I'm gonna put my health to risk as well. And
yeah,
I don't want that, you know?
yeah.
But
You
I'll
can
never
you
say
can
never.
definitely, men's physique offers a look that the normal person can try to achieve. It's achievable,
Exactly.
and with the,
Beach
with the with
body.
the hard work, yeah,
Mm.
absolutely, and it's more appealing. I mean, if you
Mm-hmm.
look, we say this quite frequently. 86 shows men's physique this year. There's 86 men's physique shows that are going on, and it's the most out of any division that exists right now. Bikini is second with, I think, 82. So
Mm-hmm.
you guys like yourself, Ryan, Terry, Brandon, are spearheading this, the butts in the seats right now, because people go, we could look like that. Is there, in terms of influence, because obviously you guys are major influences in the game, in terms of influence, have you ever experienced something that really just touched your heart, or a fan, or maybe even someone close to you, where your journey changed their life and changed their life for the better?
Like, I have close friends that they never ever trained in their life, and now they training, they feel good. I have my best friend that now is competing, is getting ready for shows and stuff. And of course, whenever I go to expos or whatever, like, this is one thing that even my last show in Romania, this Romanian guy that came all the way from Austria to see me compete, but also just to give my signature and one quote of motivation from myself on a piece of paper so he can get tattooed.
Oh, that's
And he
nice.
actually got it
Wow,
tattooed and sent it to me. Yeah, showed it to me.
that's dope.
And then
That's great.
another thing that now that I remember, like my last Iron Classic Expo back in UK, I remember this Italian guy that came with his beautiful family, like with his mom and dad, reminded me of myself when I came up, the support that I got from my family. Like, as soon as he came into the expo and he saw me, he started crying of happiness,
Wow, wow.
and I was like, fuck, like, I didn't know that I have not this power, but that I can influence people like that, you know?
That's
So
beautiful,
like,
bro. Yeah.
because I don't treat anybody like I'm here or like he's a fan or whatever. Like, no, like thank God I'm blessed to do this, and you know, I'm just lucky to be doing this, but I'm no better than you or anybody else, you know?
That's what I love about you, man, because when we met up in the tanning room, and you were just chill vibing with everyone. You had your camera guy there, and bro, you and I just vibe instantaneously, like it wasn't even. And
No,
that's just the energy. You know, when you don't look at yourself as being better than everybody else from an ego perspective, you just want to compete, you want to be the best version you can be. That's what really resonates with most people and the common people, because all this
exactly.
hoopla and the drama, no one cares about that. You know, people care about who you are as a person, and it's beautiful to see you constantly just be you, man. So I just want to applaud. Sorry about that, Phil. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
I was
brother.
going to say, speaking of influence, man, a couple of months ago, you went to India. Man,
Oh,
what an
yes.
impact you had in that
After
country.
Romania show, yeah.
Man,
Oh, bro, they love me there.
I
I
was
swear.
watching, bro, I was watching the stories, and there was this one story where they were giving you like the necklaces. And they just kept putting another one on and another one on, and it was
That's
almost
weird.
covering your head. And I'm like, this poor guy won't be able to see in a minute.
He had a
How wa-
turtleneck, bro. It looked like a turtleneck on
He
him,
had
right?
a turtleneck of flowers on. How was it over there, man? How was your experience over there in India?
Crazy. Every single time that I go there, it gets worse, but in a good way. Don't get me wrong, in a good way. It gets better and better. Like, you know, like they just love me there. I feel this sounds bad, but I feel like I'm a god there, you know?
You
Like the
looked
way
it.
they treat me, the way they welcome you, and you know, the energy that they give you, and how much these people they love me there, you know? So every
Yeah,
time
nah.
I'm there, like it's just a completely, totally different story, you know. I was meant to actually go to the expo. They were doing an expo, IHFF or something like that, where they also had the IBB Pro show, men's physique show. But business wise, something didn't work out, so we decided to do our own, you know, India tour. So we did 10 days, 9 flights, 8 cities.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Bro,
Every day, new flight, bro. Waking up at 5 a.m.,
what
getting
you
into the flight.
Jay-Z out here with the flights and everything? Jeez, bro.
Damn.
Catch
Let's
flights, no
go.
feelings.
Catch flights, not feelings. Exactly. Jeez.
No, yeah, they love me there. Great
I wanna-
experience as always.
How do you feel about the fans overseas? Obviously, your hometown, Romania, India, versus the fans here. We ask a lot of athletes that, and we see a little bit of a difference. What's your experience with the fans here in America versus the fans overseas?
I think like the fans, like for example, let's say India or Romania or Europe, they are more, let's say, more excited or like more welcoming. I think like again, like it's different from people to people. But I feel like in America, because bodybuilding, when you say bodybuilding, it started in America and so on. I think that like they are more chilled, you know? But they are also more open, like they are open to ask a question or have a proper conversation with you. And compared to the European fans where they just want to take a picture or just a little conversation here and there, you know?
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Yeah, that's true.
I agree. And I think I've actually said this in the past. Like, I almost wish that bodybuilding was as recognized as it is in places like Asia, places like, India and the Middle East. Like, when you see the fanfare that you guys get when you go to these countries, like it's almost like you are some of the biggest celebrities in the world. It's like you're rock stars, but then, and it's very similar to Australia. I mean, we don't have a whole heap of pros here, but the pros that we do have here, it's just like, you're just like a normal person. So, hopefully in the coming years, like it does start to evolve, because we know how big the fitness industry is. We know, like
Right.
Aleem said, like there's 80 something men's physique shows alone. And when you compare that to the rest of the divisions, like it's leaps and bounds, like more shows than what everyone else is doing. So I'm hoping in the coming years that we do start to see more of an evolution, and people like yourself are going to be you're going to pave the way for this with the whole social media influence and the impact that you guys are able to make just directly through social media alone. I'm hoping in the next couple of years that we start to see a boom with the what's the word I'm looking for? Like how much more popular you guys are when you do walk out on the streets, and the fanfare that you guys have. Because I believe, and I know all three of us believe it, you guys do need more recognition. You do need more credit, because you guys do work hard. You guys work harder than the normal person. The amount of work, sacrifice, dedication, discipline that you guys require to get to the positions that you are in right now,
Right.
it takes a lot of work. So, I believe, hopefully in the coming
I think
years, you guys.
it gets better though with the year. It gets better though, and I think eventually we're gonna get there for sure.
I think we will as well. I think it's only a matter of time.
Especially with the Men's Physique show being out here. Let's go.
I agree. You know the vibes.
Quick little plug. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Andrei, 2 weeks away from the Arnold Classic.
Let's go.
How you feeling?
Amazing, brother. I feel great. Of course, like right now, because it's so close, like I feel a little bit drained, to be honest, like tired mentally. But I mean, like, I guess every athlete being 2 weeks out is feeling like that because, again, like you work so much, you do cardio so much, you're on a calorie deficit and cortisol levels and so on, But rather than that, I feel great, to be honest with you, bro. I feel great. Like, I don't have this feeling like I had it in the past, like, fuck, I need to wake up in the morning to do my cardio, or fuck, I need to eat this, or I need to go to train. Like, I get excited. Like, I plan my next day from the night before. Like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to wake up at this time. I want to eat this. I want to do this cardio. I want to do this abs or whatever, Like, I'm excited. Because to be honest with you, since I start competing, especially professionally, like, I always wanted to do Arnold Classic. I always wanted to compete in Arnold Classic. Like, I saw the show as just seeing it, right? Maybe like 5-6 years ago in Ohio, when I was at the expo, and I was like, fuck, like one day I want to be on this stage. Like the organization, the stage, the lights, everything, like, it put this thing in my head that, fuck, I want to do this show once in my lifetime. So I'm excited,
Andrei,
But I feel great.
you look great, bro. And you sound great.
Thank
Can
you.
I get your Arnold Classic predictions, top 3?
Brandon?
Woo! Opening up a can over there again. Let's go.
No numerical order. I'm just going to say names.
Okay.
It's going to be Brandon. I'm going to be there in the mix for sure. And the third person, fuck, bro. He's tricky one, to be honest with you. I like Iman. I think he looks good. I like Ben. I like Dilson. I like Alessandro. I can't really say one name, bro. I think one of these names, they're going to be there for sure.
So basically, it's Brandon, Andrei against the rest. The rest can sort themselves out.
Don't put things in my mouth, bro.
So he's saying third place is like 16th place at the Olympia. It's
no.
1, 2, and then there's third place, and that's it.
I said no numerical order.
This is gonna be our first reel. We're gonna make this a first reel coming out.
Just cause massive drama unnecessarily. No.
No. I'm not about the drama.
Yeah.
I know for a fact everybody's gonna bring their best, and of course, like they invited the best athletes, right? They're not just gonna invite some random athlete. They invited the best athletes, and I know everybody's looking on point because even though I don't comment, I don't talk about it, like I always watch. I watch your guys' show, so I always know how everybody's looking, So it's gonna be a great show, and the best man might win 100%. But I'm gonna be there in the mix 110%.
Absolutely.
Love that. Let's go. Love that vibe. Hey, Andrei, one of my next questions revolves around just the luxury lifestyle that you live. Are you into cars, watches? Is it more just making memories and hanging with your friends, clothes? What kind of is a motivating factor now that you've got money coming in? What is some of the ways in which you spend your money or have an appreciation in certain materialistic things? What's your vibe there?
Just freedom from me, brother. For me, money means freedom. I don't care about cars. I have like 3-4 watches that I paid a lot for. I don't even wear them, to be honest with you. Even every now and then when I remember about them, I was a car guy back in the day, but I'm not really a car guy right now. Like, I don't care about materialistic things, Like, for example, even clothes. Like, if I do like something from Louis Vuitton or whatever brand, I buy it. But mostly I shop at Zara. Like, I like what I like. I don't care where he is from or how much it costs or whatever. Like, if it looks good, it looks good at the end of the day, For me, it's all about making memories, helping my family. I don't care about materialistic things. I gone past this mindset, to be honest with you. You know,
Bro,
like
I
when I
love
was growing up, I was like, oh, I want to have this kind of car. I want to have this kind of watch, or I want this kind of t-shirt or whatever. No, I want to be able to have freedom. If I want to go tomorrow to another country or an island or whatever, I can, I can go. Or if I want to go to a nice dinner, I can go. Like, just freedom. For me, money means freedom.
I love the
That's it.
mentality, brother. I love it, love it, love it.
You know?
That's a winner's mentality right there, because you don't want to lose yourself to immaterial things,
No.
to these things
And
that
it's so
are
easy.
tangible, they're intangible.
It's so easy.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when they're being thrown in front of you. You go out, you're partying, and hey, you guys might come out and flex, but if I take my shirt off, it's over here. You guys must not know.
It's not
If I
even.
take your shirt off,
It's not
it's
even
over.
about. It's not even about flexing physique wise. Like I can flex when it comes to money or materialistic things, but that's not me. It doesn't make me
Right.
happy. It makes me I feel uncomfortable. Because that's not who truly I am inside. Don't get me wrong. I like everybody likes nice things, right? But I'm not gonna go and flex. Oh, I have this watch or I have this car or whatever. Like for me, I told you, freedom. I want to be able to live my life, enjoy, create memories. Because at the end of the day, when you go, you don't take anything with you. Only these
That's
memories
right.
that you create.
That's right.
Talking
Great answer.
about memories, man. I mean, now you call Dubai home. How is life in Dubai? You enjoying it there?
I can't complain, brother. I can't complain. It's great. For me, the main reason is weather. If the weather is nice, sunny, I can be anywhere. And taxes as well.
I was
You
gonna
already know
say,
about Dubai
don't forget
taxes.
the taxes.
No, of course. We can't forget about that. Very important. No, but it's great. It's great. I like it here. Like another thing, I can't really stay too long here, especially summertime because it gets super, super hot. And again, there's not much nature here, right? But it's a great place, lifestyle-wise, safety, saving money. If you wanna live your life here, you wanna go out partying, you wanna go to nice places. You have everything here.
You're the best
You have
person I need to.
everything here.
You're the best person to talk to. I'll tell you why. I'm actually heading to Dubai in a couple of months. When? I'm going in May. What are the top 3 things I'm going to do there?
Of course, you have to do the safari because it's, safari,
Yeah.
Burj Khalifa, Burj Al Arab. You have to go to the mosque in Abu Dhabi because this is the touristic things, right?
Mhm.
But there's so many nice beach clubs. There's so many beaches. There's so many restaurants. I'm guessing you are going with your missus, right?
Correct.
You have so many nice places that you can take her. I don't know if you are into parties. There's a lot of nice
I'm into 'em.
places that you techno parties. There's a lot of things. Anything you can think of is here, to be honest with you.
What's your favorite restaurant? I want to write it down.
Bro, to be honest with you, like right now, I have one that is not even fancy. It's like very casual. Like I literally go after gym, but they do the best steak, tenderloin, the best beans, and white rice with salad. I swear. Nothing fancy.
I'm looking for a pen and paper. What's it called? That's what I need.
Maxi. It's actually
Maxi.
5 minutes from it's actually 5 minutes from Venus gym. Of course, you have to train at Maxi. But there's a lot of places. But hit me up anyway. I will give you some recommendation. 100%.
Done deal. I'm holding you to that.
Yes.
Hey, Andre,
I got you.
I've been telling Phil, you got to be careful driving out there and don't get heavy foot because they have the cameras out. I had $500 in tickets driving to Abu Dhabi from Dubai because of that. So we've been telling Phil, take it easy, bro.
Is that?
Don't go crazy.
Yeah, the speed cameras, but also the way they drive here, bro, is insane. You have to be 10 times more careful than any other country. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So it's better you just stick to Uber's safer choice.
I was going to say, Aleem's already told us that he can get us from Georgia to Atlanta in like 2 hours or something because of how fast he drives. I don't know if I trust him in Dubai.
Oh, you mean North Carolina?
No, in Dubai, no.
When we go to North Carolina for the show.
He wants to take us on a road trip. I'm like, no, not anymore.
I'm taking the boy.
in Dubai.
Not in Dubai.
Yeah, we can't do it in Dubai, bro. It's a wrap. Oh my God. Hart, what you got?
Nothing. I think I asked all my questions. I'll just kind of end my part. Andre, dude, stoked to be connecting with you, having you on. We're 2 weeks and some change out of the Arnold, bro. Just know from the bottom of my heart, bro, I'm really rooting for you, bro. Obviously, I love your
Appreciate
physique,
you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bro.
I know
your
you
heart,
guys
bro.
always say very, very nice, good, very nice things about me, and you always support me, and I really appreciate you guys, and thank you for that. And I'm excited to be here and happy to be here, bro. I know we can going back and forth, you know, like to be honest with you, I don't really do these kind of things. I don't know why. I don't really like talking too much in front of the camera like that. But for some reason, I like you guys. I can feel like close to you, you know, like friends, you know?
Facts.
So that's why I said, you know what, like I have to do this. Because
Bro,
I
you're
also watch
one
you
of the
guys
boys.
every morning. I appreciate it.
Let's
Thank
go. Bro, you're one of the boys. You're down with the horde for sure. And
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
I will be in the house in Columbus, Ohio. So I can't wait to see you again, man, and us
I will
vibe
see you
and
there.
chop it up. You know, take some
100%.
pics. You know, make the boys jealous a little
110%,
bit.
brother.
I know
Why not?
you're gonna make us jealous.
They can't be jealous because wherever I am, they are, and vice versa. You know, that's how we roll, man. And
They
we're
are
just
there
one
in
unit,
spirit for
so,
sure.
Yeah. So looking forward
For
to,
sure,
brother. Can't
brother.
wait to see you there in a couple of weeks. Go ahead, Phil.
Same here, brother.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say my part as well, man. Like the rest of the boys said, like we really appreciate you jumping on today, man. You know, you've been someone
Thank
that
you for having me.
we've all followed your journey over the years, and we've seen, you know, where you've been, and you know, through social media and competing in the works, man. So it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on board, bro. And like Aleem said, man, feels like talking to you. It's like talking to one of the boys, man. And
I
we're glad
appreciate
that
you. So I feel the
chose.
same here.
Appreciate that, man. We're glad that you're able to, you know, jump on our show today and, you know, just have a chat about everything, man. And yeah, like I said earlier, we're all going to be at the Olympia later this year. We know you've competed for the Olympia, so we're definitely going to link up there. Maybe do a show live in person before or
Why
after.
not?
But
Why not?
before that, man, I'm gonna hold you to that deal, bro. I'm gonna hit you up when I go to Dubai, and you're gonna get
110%. Please
some
do. Please
restaurants to
do
go
so.
to.
Yeah. I will send you restaurants, bars, beach clubs, everything you want. I got you, brother.
Oh, he's gonna give me a 3-day itinerary. I'm happy about it. I'm excited for it.
Get ready.
Hopefully Vic can hang. She might go like, Phil, this is way too much. We're not doing all of this. This
Mate,
is
solo if I have to. I'm going solo if I need to, mate. All
Hey,
right,
brother,
brother. Take care. We'll speak to you soon.
Hey, stay
Thank you
stay
so
on.
much, brother. You guys.
Stay on. We're gonna take a pic real quick.
Let's do it.